What's up, guys? Colin from DecoNetwork. We are here in Philadelphia at Stitch Kings, one of our Deco users, to check out their shop. So come on, let's see what's inside, guys.
My name is Roland, and I'm one of the owners of Stitch Kings. We're a custom apparel company. We specialize in embroidery, in DTG, screen printing, and yeah, that's it.
So yeah, you kind of wanted to start here. This is kind of the showroom. So just talk us through, this area, and then kind of what else you got going on for people, anybody that walks in the front door.
So essentially, we never had a showroom. My business partner's wife, she decided to kind of spruce this up for us and create a showroom. And she kept pushing that it's an important aspect of the business, which it really is. The first kind of half here, we have all of our showcased work that we've done. We'll always either stitch a sample out or print a sample out. And if it's a really cool design, we'll hang it out here for a little bit. That way customers come in, they can see our different work, which is really important, because that way it catches them and catches their eye, and they can see, they'll pick something up, they'll feel the hoodie, they'll touch the hoodie, they'll look at the applique and the embroidery work that we've done, and it blows them away. And I think the showroom is now, I think it's one of the most important parts of your business. Someone can come in and they can, like I said, the main thing is feeling the material and seeing how it fits. A lot of people want to do that as opposed to seeing a picture online and shopping that way. But moving from here, we kind of have just a little wall of fame here, but every season we change out the clothes. We're going to be switching to spring right now, and different lineups of what we offer with our suppliers, and this will be kind of like the newer, non-produced clothes, not newer, but not produced stuff. And then this is what we love to work with. This is what we offer. You can buy anything you want. You can even provide your own clothes if you want. We'll print on your stuff for you, but this is what we've gotten ideal print results with, and this is what we have hanging out here, because essentially it's all about print quality. So we choose what we like the most to work with, and we hang it up. If you like it, you can buy it. If not, you bring your own stuff or order whatever else you want. Right.
Talk a little bit about this wall of fame, and I see you got some autograph hats. Ed Bassmaster hat up there on the top left.
You got Ed Bassmaster, Eddie Alvarez, UFC champ, Ice-T, Crazy Cat, he's another rapper. RJ Payne, another rapper. We got Wallow over here. And then my partner Dwight got this one for us. One of a baseball player. Not sure, I don't watch baseball. Not my sport. So this is just, anytime we work with anyone famous, we kind of do a hat, ask them to sign it, put it up, kind of creating our own little wall of fame here. Now that we ran out, we got to get more going. But yeah, that's it.
Very cool.
So this is our kind of DTG section. It's still growing. We started with a Brother printer, which is in the graveyard over there now, and we've transitioned into these Epsons. They're amazing machines. We get great production out of them, great print results. I just actually upgraded to these Viper Max 2 weeks ago. Got 2 new units. The pre-treat machines, also amazing machine. Had amazing results with it. It's super easy to use, very comfortable. And yeah, this is pretty much just where all the magic happens for direct to garments. For all of our DTG, it has its own dedicated oven, and the goal is to create a pod. Eventually get, 3 more? I think it's 5 per pod. So get a pod going around this way, and then keep growing more and more pods. So that's the goal here.
Do you have dedicated employees that just do DTG, or do all your employees just kind of do a little bit of everything here?
So right now, pretty much everyone's dedicated to their departments. They know that in case one department's slower than the other, they will jump over and help. However, though, everyone has their own position here, and everyone's dedicated to their department. So this is where we do all our vinyl prints. This is our printer, this is our cutter. This is what you get, the results. So it prints full detail vinyl. And then we send it over to the cutter after it's printed out. I actually have one here I gotta remove. And you'll get a depending on how much you're printing, but you'll get a sheet something like this, and someone has to sit there and peel all this extra stuff out, and then you get your design basically. Put it onto a transfer sheet, such as what I showed earlier, and then just press it right onto the garment, whether it's a full front, full back, or any placement. It's super convenient. You can put it on the hood, anywhere you want. So we started doing our inside size tags with these transfers. It made it super easy.
How has this department grown over the past couple years for you guys?
This department has grown exponentially since the moment we got it. I highly recommend if anyone can get this kind of equipment to do so. It makes everything so much easier and convenient. Just on the inside tags alone, I mean, I've gotten so much business from that, and I'm charging, I'll show you the size of the tags and everything. The process to print and cut tags is probably 10 minutes in total, and I charge $3 per tag, per garment. So it's very lucrative. So this is where we do the tags. We'll print something like this. Just peel that off. You got a little sticky side here, adhesive. Sticks onto the garment, press it for about 10 seconds, peel it. You got yourself a nice custom inside tag.
Very nice.
And this will be our heat press section that we're in now, obviously. So any vinyl work, any kind of press work, any inside tag work right here. And then right from the screen print oven catching for these tables as well. And we'll just transition right into screen printing. So we have our 2 manual printers over here, and 1 automatic on the other side of this oven, which is what I learned how to do everything on. That thing has saved my life. It's the best. If you know you don't have an automatic in your shop, I highly recommend it. This thing crunches numbers. I think the most we've ever done was 1,004 shirts per hour. There's a monitor on there. It was counting, and we were able to crank out. Actually, it was a job for Lil Uzi, the rapper, and we were able to crank out 1,004 shirts per hour. I mean, we were running. It was nonstop. It was like for 48 hours we were going straight. So we had a very short deadline and 25,000 units to fill.
You know, I know, like any business, it's an investment. You need to invest in equipment. It's going to be expensive, but you know, once you invest that in equipment, it doesn't take too long for you to start, for you to pay off the machine and start making money. How long did it take for a lot of your equipment? I'm sure it was fairly quick to buy it, pay it off, and be in the profit.
We were lucky enough and fortunate enough to be able to buy everything outright when we first started because of the previous business. I think personally we should have financed it as opposed to just buying it outright. It would have made more sense that way. We would have had more cash in our account. Some people look at it as, oh, well, now you're debt free. Other people look at it as you could have used that money for other things. So it's give and go, or give and take. But yeah, we don't have any debt on anything. The only ones that we're paying off right now will be the 2 new pre-treat machines. So that's pretty much it. Everything else is owned already.
Right. Like you said, financing something is not a bad idea. I mean,
not a bad idea.
If you want to grow your business and really take it to the next level, that might be the step you have to take, whether you want to or not.
I think that's absolutely the step you have to take, especially if you're a small shop with no money to back you. You have to. There's no other way. And these days, well, not even these days. It's my dad even told me you're only as good as your tools. So make sure you got the sharpest tools. And it's true. Like you want to have the best equipment because it makes your job that much easier, your production that much faster, that much cleaner. So it's financing is not a bad thing, and there are companies that will do 0% for 18 months, 24 months, whatever it is. You just have to find them.
Right.
So those 2 pieces of equipment that I bought, we got 0% for 18 months financing. So it's great. You just allocate X amount of money per month, put it on auto pay, and forget about it. It pays itself off.
No doubt. We mentioned briefly in our other interview just the amount of square footage you have here. You said you're not using all of it by any means, but just to have it kind of all spread out nice, you're not bumping into anything as you walk through here. Are you really liking kind of how you guys have this whole warehouse set up?
I love it. Like I said earlier, I'm claustrophobic, so for me this is great. I hate when everything's just on top of everyone and one thing on top of another. You can't focus, you can't concentrate. You feel that pressure on you. Here, people have the ability where they can actually breathe and they feel like more open space. Plus, I think I'm one of the only shops that has heating and air. So I don't know of any other shop. I haven't heard of any other shop. So, you know, I like nice environment, keep the employees happy here, nice and cool, nice and hot in the wintertime. So it's, yeah, I like the setup we have. Eventually, when we grow to the point where we fill this whole building and we need to start consolidating, compressing, that's what we'll think of, what we'll go for. But right now, as much space as possible, let's utilize it all.
And you said you have 30,000 square footage?
30,000 total for the building, yep.
Gotcha.
And we're only using, I think, like anywhere from 11 to 14,000 right now.
Gotcha. So I know you have a pretty big embroidery operation. Let's check that out.
Yeah, we have, so embroidery actually used to be right here where the heat presses were. And then what happened was our inventory room, the ceilings were just about chin level. We'll go down there and I'll show you. So before this room, we actually raised everything significantly, about 6 feet. So now we actually have a full inventory room, and then you can see this is the new ramp. So this was the original ramp on that side, and then you can see the new ramp, how much we raised it. So yeah, let's move on into embroidery. I'll show you guys.
Cool.
So we have 3 of our tajimas. That's Dwight, my business partner, actually. What are you running, Dwight? What do you got running? Bags? Yeah, so he's running, what is it, tennis bags? So he's running some bags right now. How long does this run? And what's the stitch count on it? Simple run, 5,000 stitches, 10 minutes. Gonna do all of them and then probably clean up by tomorrow. And then, yeah, continuing on. So we try to get jobs that have the same logo and tons of work all on the same machines all at once, but right now we're closing a little bit earlier, so he's staying here by himself just running on one machine. And then we have our one head over there, two one heads. One with a laser, one without, and the laser is used for applique. He knows more than I do about it. This is more or less where he works in his department. But this bad boy has been able to do some nice applique for us. Some nice work. We actually have one, we just did Fear the Beard. I don't know if you saw that on our Instagram or not.
Yeah,
but,
James Harden.
Yeah, I have it in my office. I'll bring it out, I'll show you. But yeah, this thing is amazing. If you can, it makes applique a whole lot easier when you have that laser. So I highly recommend trying to get one. And then yeah, this is the embroidery room. Like I said, it's our newest room, cleanest room, best room in the shop. All for Dwight. So yeah, let's move on and I'll show you guys our inventory room. So this is still kind of being worked on, don't mind all that. But essentially, this is where the ceiling was when you would walk in. And then by the time you get to the back of it, the ceiling would drop to about right here. So everything you see here, all this is all new. We had all this picked up. There were pillars and all types of pylons going down the center. We tore all them out, pushed everything out to the sides, lifted all this up, and here we have our inventory room, shipping department and inventory. So anything that goes through our online stores through Deco, actually he has Deco pulled up right here. It shows him what has to be shipped, what's late. This is late, considered it's in the red. So he just picks the orders here, bags them up, ships them out, and then anything that we do for fulfillment, you know, if it's a big job fulfillment, we'll just have them laid out like this and just pick as we go. We have a section for hats, sections for hoodies, sections for t-shirts. Everything's kind of split up and organized to the best of the ability of the gentleman that works here. So it's whatever makes it easier for him right now. I would change it up a little bit, but whatever makes it easier for him. So, and then,
yeah, obviously organization has to be an important part of any business, especially this where you're having to print the shirts and then fulfill them and ship them out.
Especially this because it's your money here, it's your inventory room. So you want to know how much money you have and sitting where. And I'll be honest, there's stuff here that, I mean, all those jackets are from under the L when we still work there. So there's stuff here that I have yet to get to, and it's been sitting here for 6 years, 5 years. So, and again, like more Ed Bassmaster stuff. I mean, it's just, it goes on and on and on. And it's like, where do I begin? and when does it stop? So, again, this is the room. This is where all our money is.
It's where the magic happens down here.
Well, I guess it's where the magic's stored.
Right.
And then, you know, we'll do, like I said, all types of fulfillment, motorcycle goggles. It's one of our guys' stores. He gets this stuff, ships it into us, and then we'll fulfill it for him. We do all his clothes, but we just do that for him also as well. Kind of help him out and brings us more income. So
yeah, how nice has the stores been for you guys, and just, you know, getting that much more business where you don't have to do a whole lot of work other than, you know, let the orders come in and you guys fulfill them.
It's great. I mean, it's pretty much marketing on its own. The guy does all the marketing, or the customer does all the marketing on their own, and yeah, we just take a portion of their marketing abilities and their money. So
yeah, it's just a win-win for everybody.
For everybody. Yeah, they don't have to deal with the hundreds of thousands of customers they have. I mean, we have one guy in his first drop, his first month, I think he did like 90,000.
Wow.
In sales. So you can, I mean, actually this is, yeah, it's still going. all his stuff. So, and it's still going. So yeah, it's great. I mean, to be able to take a portion of something that you're putting no work into, it's just someone bringing you business consistently. It's an amazing thing.
No doubt, man.
So let's continue on. Oh yeah, and we installed this little scissor lift here.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, well, it's my uncle that kind of works here in inventory, and he's a little bit older, so carrying boxes up and down isn't ideal. These stairs actually used to be all the way out, and we cut all these stairs down and installed this. So yeah, that's why this is my prize, you know, my pride and everything. It's my baby.
Yeah, you guys have put a lot of work into this place.
So you'll also notice a lot of stuff is handmade here. Again, we spend a lot of money on our equipment. So racks like this, handmade. I'll show you our coating room where we coat our screens and dry our screens. Everything is handmade. It's a little hot in here, sorry for the screens to dry, but all this is handmade. If you could close that door. Our racks, I mean, that way it's safe from light. Once they're coated, they can dry safely. Got them for our automatic, got them for manual. And then this would be our burning room. We have Malik here, he's burning some screens right now.
What's up, man?
So, I don't know how to properly pronounce this, but I call it the Doofit. But this thing is a beast. It's by far the best screen burning exposing unit that I've had. I mean, in 10 seconds, you'll have a screen fully burned, ready to go to get washed out.
Wow.
It's amazing. Great. The suction on it, where the vacuum, it's nice and tight and snug. It vacuums super fast. It's got its own dedicated pump to it. And like I said, within 10 seconds, your screen is burned. So he's just aligning all the films, getting them ready, and then he's just gonna one by one start burning them. So this is our dark room here, our burning room. And then moving along, we'll go right into our washroom. Watch your step there. So it's our washout room, also handmade, everything. At the time when wood was still very cheap.
Right, yeah, that's gone way up.
Yeah, we you know, didn't have the money to buy a sink, and I had one of those little cheap eBay washout booths, so I had my uncle. We took the time, we put all this together, built everything, waterproofed it, sealed it, put epoxy resin on the inside, and this thing has been working like a champ for us. Probably better than any stainless steel one, I'll be honest. It looks dirty, but it gets the job done.
Yeah, whatever gets the job done, doesn't matter.
Exactly. So we got our little dip tank, and then I think every single business that does custom apparel needs to have a washer dryer. Take a sample of whatever you're printing, give it a quick wash. If it doesn't wash out, you know you cured it properly, you know you're good to go. I'm a big believer in this because I've witnessed personally some of my guys forget to turn the oven on and it doesn't cure all the way, and I take one and everything just washes out everywhere. So it's a must.
Yeah, and you told us, you know, how important attention to detail and quality control is for you guys, so that's just another step right there.
Oh, it's
to perfect that.
It goes down the oven after it's printed. I'll check it. After I check it and he's done the job, we have another person that checks it after that. And then once it goes down into shipping, Oleg downstairs will check it one more time. So there's 3 different sets of eyes that hit this the garments. So they'll check for the print. They'll check if there's any holes anywhere. They'll check if there's any ink that might have splashed anywhere or anything like that. And even if there's stains from the manufacturer that come in, if we can't get it out, then we either take that off the list or we'll get a new shirt and put it in there for them.
That's great.
Cool. And that's pretty much it. And we have our kitchen area, but I don't know if you need that. Yeah. And then there's one last, the screen stretching.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Yeah, so we do our own screens. So that's what we originally started with, our screen printing press from under the L. As you can see, this dinosaur and what we've evolved to. And then this is our very first embroidery machine we started with.
Wow.
It's only a little 2-head SWF. And then what we have over there.
It's got to be kind of cool to kind of glance over here every so often.
I never want to look over here. The headaches these machines gave us, oh my God. The back pain I have from this thing. But this area is actually our screen stretching area.
Very cool.
Screens are very expensive. It's more or less the frames that are that expensive. I use aluminum frames because they don't warp. I think it's weather conditions are constantly changing here in Philadelphia with the moisture and all the other nonsense. So it's metal ones don't warp and it keeps you with precision printing. So it's very easy. Once your screen pops off, you just slap it in here. Essentially, you take whatever mesh you need. You can buy rolls like this. I get them on Amazon. They work great. Stretch it across, cut it to size, lock it in, and then everything is pneumatic. Right here, you just bring it to your right tension. And there's a glue mixture that we use, just nice glue around it and rescreen your screens. It's a great thing. Like when you have tons of screens like us that constantly rip, and at the time we just didn't have time to rescreen them, so we were buying a lot of screens. And it got to the point where I just got tired of buying them. Each screen is $75, so it's not cheap.
Yeah.
So at this point, I told my guys, I'm like, going forward, whatever pops, we're gonna work with what we do until we rescreen, screens again.
Right.
So it's, I don't know. A lot of people don't want to waste time on it. Personally, I have time to waste, so I love doing it because it saves me money in the end, a lot of money. This one roll is $100, $110. You know what I mean? Each screen is $75, so in that roll, I can probably do all those screens in one roll. So it definitely makes sense. We had a manual one where you just had to crank it. You never get the proper tension with that, so we went and got this one. I don't think it was expensive. I believe it was like probably $2,000, something like that, $1,500, $2,000, but really good investment, I think personally. Highly recommended. So it's AccuStretch workhorse. It's great.
Yeah, I know with this business, you want cost-efficient things, but you also want time-saving things. You've got plenty of things in this room, in this building, that saves you time.
Oh yeah.
And then you also have a mix of things that's gonna, save you some money.
Well, not only that, like this really does fall into a category of slow season. When slow season comes around and screen printing is not as busy, instead of sending the guys home, and laying people off, it's like, here's the, side jobs that you guys can do. Start stretching screens, start cleaning the ink buckets. I hate having ink everywhere because ink travels like this. You touch it, you don't even know it. You have ink on your arm. Next thing you know, you got ink all over your shop. So it's, little side jobs like that. Instead of going home early, instead of having to lay people off, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You have other work to do here. There's always going to be something to do. I'll always find something to do. I need a lot of help,
For sure.
So,
what would you say is your favorite part of this whole operation as far as equipment goes? Do you have a favorite section of this building?
I don't know. It's going to be between DTG and embroidery. DTG because it's our newest, and I'm still learning on it. Well, I'm learning every day in every department. You can never stop learning in this industry. There's so much to learn here. But DTG, the stuff that we've been able to produce lately, and this is just like on your regular printers. I'm not even working with Cornettes or the big boys right now. This is your average Joe desktop printer. So I don't want to talk bad about it at all by any means. They're amazing machines. They produce very good quality prints. It's just I know I can get better prints with a more higher end machine like a Cornette that's like $1 million that Amazon is buying and crushing all of our small businesses with. I love you, Amazon.
Cool stuff, man. Great shop. Love the setup. Love how everything kind of flows together. You guys are doing some great stuff here, man.
Yeah, it's ever evolving, man. It never stops. We had that oven repositioned twice. We had this oven first over here, then we shifted back over there. I mean, there's holes in the ceilings. You could see that we never fit, like we just patched from the outside, but not from the inside, because it's constantly changing. It's constantly moving around here. This setup, I mean, just before I left, we just changed this whole setup. All of our old DTG, what's it called? Pre-treat machines right there. You know, that one little gray square in front of the scaffolding. The old little dinky oven. So it's all changed around a lot.
What's your plan with this stuff?
This is going to the scrapyard. I don't even want to sell that to anybody. I'd be embarrassed to. This we already sold. We're waiting on a gentleman to pick it up. The other oven I'm keeping in case of emergencies, in case mine ever goes down for whatever reasons. We're at the point with DTG where I can't afford not having an oven for a day or two. So that's just my backup. And then that also I'm gonna clean up and sell. It's fully functional and working. It's just not what we need anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe somebody wants to start their own DTG business, sell it to them for half the price or whatever.
Sure.
And if I can get anything back for it, honestly. But yeah, I only have one piece of equipment that's in the graveyard, and it's all the way back there. It's my first original Brother DTG printer. That thing was a learning experience and a half. $15,000 learning curve.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Hey, that'll happen in this business. You never.
And it'll happen like this.
Yep.
It'll happen like that. You don't do one piece of maintenance on it, one proper like maintenance run. It clogs up. You got to get a maintenance guy out here. Yeah, it's a headache. Just like that, real quick. $15,000 gone.
Wow.
I've learned a lot on it, don't get me wrong, but it's lost. It's literally sitting right there on a push cart. Hasn't moved from in front of my office for the last year and a half.
Wow. So I know obviously you guys are kind of closed down for the day, but how good of a feeling is it when you walk in the morning or whenever and you see a lot of these machines, you know, operating and printing and doing embroidery? How good of a feeling is that, just seeing all this work being done, knowing that that's just all business coming in?
It's a great feeling, and it's a great feeling knowing that people trust us to do the work for them. You know, that's I think what's the most satisfying.
Sure.
Is that, you know, I come in here and I see all this work here, and it's like, someone thinks obviously that my quality is of high standards and they like what I like. So it's like this person's on the same page with me as me. It's a great feeling, and seeing that customer happy at the end and just blown away after we give them a product like this is what really is like the most satisfying feeling, especially when they pick it up. That's the best. You can't get any better than that. Oh, this turned out better than I imagined. Oh, and all the craziness. So it's satisfying. It's very sad. I love it. I love it. And I love what I do. Every day is a new job. Every day is new art. It's constantly new work. It's the same work, but it's new work, so to say, you know?
Yeah. I know a lot of people love to watch shop tours and kind of see what everybody else has got going on. What would kind of be one of your biggest pieces of advice you would give to somebody that maybe has a smaller operation, or maybe somebody that's just trying to get into this, you know, now that hasn't done anything? Well, what's kind of some advice you would give them?
I think if you're not able to back yourself financially, then start with one department and grow. Problem is, we were able to, in the beginning, back us financially, so we opened up so many different departments at once, and we had too big of shoes to fill. So after that happened, we got hit with COVID, and it's consistent like growth and growth and growth, and then we get knocked down again and back up again. So I think it's, you know, for someone small with no money backing them, I think start with one department, get that department as busy as possible, get some people in there working for you, open the next department, you know, and just slowly grow from there, and then one after another, if you don't have the means to financially back you.
Gotcha. Man, we really appreciate you showing us around, and I'm sure if we stop by in a couple years, this room will look a lot different, and
hopefully the building will be taken over.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
So,
well, I appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you very much.
For sure. Well, Well, everybody, that's a wrap on Stitch Kings here in Philadelphia. We really appreciate Roland for showing us around his great facility, and man, what a facility it is, how he's kind of transformed it and fit, you know, his necessities. Very cool operation, so we really appreciate you checking out this video. Drop a comment below if you want us to visit your shop, and stay tuned for the next one.